Everyone needs to feel rescued sometimes. I know that was why I found sanctuary in creating Farmhouse Fresh. We have always loved growing fresh botanicals, crafting skincare for spas, and now for you. We like to think our product names, scents, and textures have a little bit of magic in them. Now we get to provide rescue for two. Our customers get a beautiful, fresh botanical glow, while furry ones get a new home right here on our farm. We hope Farmhouse Fresh can help take care of you while you take care of everything.
Hey guys, hey farmies, how are you on this Thursday? Thank you so much for joining me. I'm gonna let a few of you guys kind of jump on. Hey Michelle, how's it in Michigan? How is it there? It is, hey Shannon, how's it in Ohio? Are you guys getting snow? We had our snowstorm and now it's passed, and then it was warm and now it's cold again. So, you know, it's that time of year in Texas where it's a shuffle. It's just doing whatever. Hey Maria, hi guys, hey, how's it going? Oh, hey Michelle, received my first order today. I can't wait to try everything. Oh, yay, I'm so glad. Let us know what you got. I'm curious. Hey Danielle, hey Jeannie, hey, how's it going? Well, for those of you who've never seen me in a video before or don't know me, my name is Brittany. I am a Farmhouse Fresh educator and a licensed medical esthetician. A really cool show for you. So I feel like everybody has this issue. Everybody tells me no matter what skin type they are, and it's always their pores. They're always like, my pores are huge. What can I do? How do I fix it? It settles in my, everything's, my makeup settles in them. It just doesn't look good throughout the day. Like, what can I do? Okay. And it's actually really simple. It's really easy. There's a few simple steps that I'm going to teach you guys today. 3 steps, but it'll be like 4 or 5 products really, because I'm going to kind of have you guys switch things up a little bit like throughout the week. So this is sort of a daily/weekly routine that I'm going to give you guys. Okay. So hey guys, just letting you guys continue to join on in. Hey Ryan, hey. It's no snow, but it's freezing. I'm so sorry, Michelle. I feel you though too. It's freezing here as well. Hey. Well, okay, guys, so let's all jump on into it. Like I mentioned, if you saw the preview, I didn't have audio. I apologize on that. But what I mentioned in the preview is that we actually have a really cool spending pass for you today. We're actually going to give you a free toner with your purchase. So stick around toward the end of the video for that. I'm going to give you the code, and that way you can actually get a free product, which is awesome. And then also, like I mentioned, we're going to really just dive into a really quick, easy routine with some really good products for you. So without further ado, let's talk about it. The first thing I want you guys to really do on a daily basis, this will really help cleanse your skin. This will get all the makeup off, all the dirt, all the debris, and that's really to do a double cleanse. If you have an esthetician that you see regularly, she's probably told you that before, but if not, double cleansing is actually really, really important. So what does that mean exactly? Basically, the first cleanse that you do on your skin is really where you get off all the makeup and kind of like that superficial oil and debris that's like sitting on the surface of the skin. And then your second cleanse that you do is actually going to be the cleanse that really deeply cleanses your pores. Okay, so yes, even though cleansing once is great, double cleansing is really going to help you get that deep clean that you need on a daily basis. And then also, again, really, really help you with those pores. And the main thing with pores is that they just get clogged. It's dirt, it's debris, it's dead skin cell buildup that's sitting in those pores that's making them look larger. And also just it's natural oil that those pores are producing, okay? So we can't technically change the size of our pores. I hate to say that to you guys. You cannot change the size of your pores. They are what they are based on your skin type and your genetics. However, you can minimize their appearance and you can virtually make them sort of shrink and disappear, if you will, but they are still the same size that they are. So these are, like I said, some tips and tricks to tell you to really help minimize that. Now, first thing you'll do in your cleanse, in your double cleanse, is to do a pre-cleanse with a oil. Yes, even oily skin types can do an oil pre-cleanse. This product right here is going to be juniper ale. Hopefully I can get that without that ring light washing it out there for you. This one is actually one of our newest scents that we launched. It's so good. It's a little bit citrus, a little bit berry, nice and earthy. It's really, really nice. I find this is really good for any skin type, like I mentioned. But what you'll do, just take a few drops. I'm going to show you guys what to do. Just take a little bit of like a half a pump there. And then what you'll do is you'll kind of emulsify that in your hand really quick. You'll work that into the skin, get your mascara and everything really good. So work that into the skin as you're cleansing and just get that oil all over. And then what you'll do is you'll just kind of dip your fingers in a water bowl or just like under the sink, under the faucet, and just kind of almost get that water all over your hands as well. And then start working that into the skin. What that does is it'll create kind of a milky consistency on the surface of your skin, and it'll work off all of that makeup, and you won't be sitting there having to like scrub at your skin or rub it too much, or it's not coming off, waterproof mascara, things like that. So this is really great to remove all of the makeup. And again, it kind of almost oil pulls oil. So you almost kind of like lift off, again, like I said, that superficial layer of oil and that debris on the surface of the skin. And it just will rinse nice and clean. It's beautiful. These are water soluble, like I said, so it's not going to stain your towel. So if you like to go in and kind of wipe with a towel afterwards, perfectly fine to do that. And the great thing about doing a pre-cleanse with an oil too is that you actually soften up the skin quite a bit. So it actually will allow for all the dead skin and all the kind of debris and that dirt buildup that's inside the pores to actually extract a lot easier out of your skin and be able to come out when you exfoliate. So that's something that's super important. I love to share that tip with you guys. You guys have probably heard us talk about it multiple times because we're all about the double cleansing. But definitely all of our body oils are great. I just love the juniper ale because, again, that smell is so amazing. I think it's perfect for spring and summer coming up. And it has some really good flavonoids in those hops that are actually in it. So it's really good to protect the skin, really retain moisture in the skin as well, and give you some antioxidants too. So I absolutely love that. Next step that you're going to do is, of course, your second cleanse. So this is where it differs a little bit. So I'm going to give you one for dry skin and one for oily skin, but we'll start with dry skin first. So your second cleanse, you'll want to use a green tea milk wash here. There we go. So this is a wonderful creamy formula, for really sensitive skin, reactive skin, dry, dehydrated skin, even normal as well, if you tend to just kind of be on the normal to dry side. I love this. Again, same thing. You probably want to do about, I'd say like a good like nickel size is about what you need. And you can do full neck and chest with that as well. And then you'll just kind of, again, work that into the skin. It's super creamy and gentle. It's got a nice cooling effect as well. And this has some amazing green tea in there that's going to really calm down your skin, okay? And again, this is going to help to lift off that superficial dead skin, get in those pores a little bit deeper because you're doing a second cleanse with this. And it's pH balancing as well. So it's not going to overstrip you. I know you might be worried about that too, doing two cleanses. Is that going to completely drain all the moisture out of my skin and just completely strip it? It won't, I promise. This is pH balancing. So again, it'll leave it very refreshed, very nice and clean, a little bit of that minty sensation afterwards, and it'll really help get the rest of that out of the pores, okay? Next thing you'll want to do, if you have a little bit more of an oily skin type or acneic skin type, then you'll want to do this as your second cleanse. And that is going to be our New Groove Hemp Wash there. So this is a clarifying foam type of cleanser, okay? So it will foam up a little bit, not too much, so it isn't super foamy. There's no sodium lauryl sulfate in here, so again, pH balancing, it's not going to overstrip that moisture out of your skin. And then that just gives you a little bit of that extra kind of, again, deep cleanse for more of that normal to oily or acneic skin type that kind of has a little bit more buildup on the surface throughout the day. So I love to do that one. Again, it will have a nice refreshing feel to the skin afterwards. Again, there's that green tea. There's some amazing antioxidants in there as well with some kale. And then, of course, it's going to have a hemp oil in there. So that's actually, again, going to provide those flavonoids that'll really soften the skin and give some antioxidant protection as well. Now, same thing with this, you'll want to do about the same like nickel size with that. And then because it is foamy, you may need slightly more if you take it down the neck and chest, but kind of work that and kind of see, exactly how much you need. But usually a nickel size is kind of a good, frame of reference there. Okay, guys, now that you know to do your double cleanse there, you've got your oil, you've got your your second cleanser there, either green tea or New Groove, you'll go into your exfoliation, okay? This exfoliation is something that you'll only do 2 to 3 times a week. So that double cleansing is perfect to do every single day. And then I usually recommend at nighttime. So just do like maybe one cleanse in the morning when you don't have any makeup on your skin, and then do your double cleanse at night when you're removing your makeup and that oil builds up throughout the rest of the day. And then your exfoliation, you're going to do 2 to 3 times a week. So just kind of think like maybe every other day, or kind of space this out a little bit differently. I've got 2 products for you for both dry skin and oily acneic skin, okay? The reason I want you to have 2 products is because I'm an esthetician that believes you really need like a scrub, like a mechanical exfoliator, and you also need something that is a little bit more enzymatic, a little bit more chemical with some alpha hydroxy acids in there, okay? The reason why is because the skin gets used to stuff. It plateaus really easy, so we have to switch that up a little bit throughout the week, okay? So the first exfoliator I want you guys to have, if you're on the drier side, would be One Fine Day. This little guy right here is super gentle. It is sugar and shea butter based. So you're going to want to work it into the skin for about 30 seconds to a minute before you add water to your skin. Reason why is because those sugar granules are going to break down as soon as you add that water to it. So just make sure to really get that good scrub in. Just very gentle circles with that. You don't want to be, going too crazy. Just gentle circles. Get that nose real good. Get where you're really congested really well, and then add a little bit of water droplets to it. With this, you'll probably want to do, again, about a dime to nickel size is all you'll need. And again, just kind of work that onto the hands real fast, and then be working that into the skin. Again, take that down the neck and chest as well. That's super important. And then that water droplets, again, will kind of break down that sugar, very gentle exfoliation. And that will actually like almost emulsify that shea butter a little bit too. It'll be this really nice and creamy like layer of hydration on your skin after you wash it off. So with that, again, just do an additional 30 seconds to a minute. And then again, like I said, just rinse off, or you can use a towel, either way. And then your so you'll want to do that maybe, I'd say do your scrub twice a week. And then for once a week, I'm going to have you switch that up. And you're going to want to do a mask exfoliator, but we'll talk about that in a minute. I'm going to give our oily skin people their first exfoliator. So with that, if you're a little bit, like I said, on the oily side or acneic side, then you'll do Finally Awake instead of One Fine Day. This will hydrate your skin a little bit differently than having that layer of shea butter on your skin. This will hydrate with some sodium PCA. So this will pull in moisture into the skin, and this doesn't break down with water. So there's 5 different unique plant foliants in here, what we like to call it. And that is really going to help. You'll basically be able to continue to exfoliate as much as you need to, and then rinse it off. But again, I still like to stick with the kind of like 30 seconds to a minute rule of thumb, add a little bit of water to it, 30 seconds to a minute, and then rinse that off. I still feel like that's really good with Finally Awake. I love these 2 as well because they're kind of like 3 in 1. They cleanse the skin, they exfoliate, and they moisturize. So I love it for your busy mom, your teen, after, practice or something like that. For men as well, just something that's easy that can kind of do like 3 in 1 for you, make things a little bit easier. And it's great to, like I said, do that 2 times a week and space that out. Like I said, maybe like every 3 days, do that mechanical exfoliator. Okay. All right, guys, next you'll want to do, like I said, that mask step that's going to give you your alpha hydroxy acids, which will keep that skin guessing and deep clean even more. Now, with these being masks as well, they're going to be a treatment product for you too. So that's one thing that I really like and recommend when it comes to pores. You really have to treat those and you have to take a little bit of extra time with them. So definitely masking once a week is perfect. I say do it like right in between both of your mechanical exfoliators. Do that smack dab in the middle. That will treat the skin every single week, and that again will help with those pores because it keeps them nice and clean, keeps out that dead skin buildup off the surface, and removes that dirt and clogged buildup in there. Okay, so again, if you're on the drier side, you are going to love putting a peel. Hopefully I can get that there. There we go. You're gonna love putting a peel. This is one of my personal favorites, as you guys can clearly see there. I am like down to the bare minimum. It's something that is just really helping with the texture, with porous texture is so big too. I feel like that's one of the biggest complaints too. They're like, it just looks so bumpy, it looks so rough. It's like just all the little spots, you know? So this I find really helps smooth the texture of the skin. It really gives that glow and brightens up the skin as well. This has tapioca pudding in here, which is going to have a natural lactic acid. So that's going to be your alpha hydroxy acid that's in there. It gently lifts off that dead skin buildup, again, without causing irritation or being too much for that kind of drier, more sensitive, reactive skin type. And then it also has some honey and oat. So that honey pulls in moisture into the skin, and the oats are very calming and soothing. And it's great for irritated skin as well. So if you're a little bit like itchy, just really flaky, it's great to kind of calm and soothe that as well. So absolutely in love with that. Like I said, do that once a week as your treatment and your alpha hydroxy acid exfoliator in between your 2 mechanical scrubs, okay? Now next, if you are oily or acneic, you will really love Splendid Dirt. So this one right here, again, has those alpha hydroxy acids in there from the natural pumpkin puree that's in here. Again, this is a really good one. I use it often. I more spot treat with it, again, because I'm a drier skin type. So again, if you're really clogged and you're dry, but you're really clogged around the nose or kind of like chin area, feel free to kind of spot treat with that and do putting a peel all over. But if you are truly oily acneic, Splendid Dirt is amazing for all over the skin, okay? So again, what you want to do is just kind of apply a light layer, just like you would with putting a peel, leave that on for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then rinse off. Sometimes I add a little bit of water to it just to kind of get it, emulsify because it'll dry down. And then rinse that simply off the skin. And it, again, will help with the texture. It'll really smooth out those pores. And then it's actually mud and clay based. So it's going to absorb a lot of excess oils for you. So again, it's really good for that oily acneic skin type because it really kind of tightens everything back up. We actually call it our pore degugger here on the farm. So it really gets those clogs. It gets those impurities out of the skin. And again, helping with kind of oil control and balancing of the skin as well. So I absolutely love that one. I will say it will tingle on your skin a little bit. That's actually totally normal. We want that to happen. It's basically creating blood flow underneath the surface of the skin and what we call oxygenation. So that actually brings a lot of oxygen to areas of bacteria where you have those breakouts going on. And it actually can help neutralize bacteria so we can actually get rid of that breakout a lot faster. Again, I like to spot treat with that too. So again, even still being on the drier, dehydrated side, if I get kind of a hormonal breakout that'll pop up here or there on the chin, I'll just spot treat with that, sleep in it overnight. And I swear the bump is gone the next day. It is awesome. One of my favorite things to do as well. So I love, love, love those. Again, do the same thing, like you're finally awake and then wait 2 days, do your Splendid Dirt mask, 10 to 15 minutes, and then wait 2 days and do finally awake. So kind of put that again in between your mechanical exfoliators, and I promise that will help you. Like I said, the skin just gets so used to certain products that you have to switch that up. And exfoliation is like number one. It is key when it comes to pores because you have to get that dead skin out of the pores to be able to shrink their size and make them look better and not quite as clogged and as deep. So it's super, super important to kind of switch that up. All right, guys, now last but not least is the easiest step to do. Again, you'll do this on a daily basis and after you do your exfoliation. So whether you're just double cleansing on a daily basis, you'll do this, or it's your day to do your exfoliation, then you'll do this afterwards as well, okay? And that would be to simply tone the skin. And then what I want to talk about today is going to be vitamin berry. This one can be a little bit difficult to see there. There we go. So vitamin berry is really good for all skin types, okay? This is a really, really cool product. So we actually have clinical studies where after you spritz it on the skin, 5 minutes later, your pore size is reduced by 70%. So that is really amazing if you're somebody that like really likes to wear makeup throughout the day and things like that, and feel like that always really clogs your pores. It's really, really nice. It gives this really smoothing effect to the skin. And you can actually spritz that again throughout the day too, if you need to kind of, again, give that little instant shrink. But toning is really important after you double cleanse and after you exfoliate, because naturally those, again, are made to take all of that oil and that buildup and that debris off of the surface. So we want to almost bring that level of pH to the skin back down to normal. And that's sort of what toner does. So when you spritz that on the skin, it's causing almost a little bit of a pH change and a little bit of a change in the skin to where that actually, like I said, it it brings the skin back down to its normal pH, and then it also can give that instant pore effect because of that pH balance change that's happening, okay? And then toners are really amazing too to help hydrate the skin. We put tons of vitamins and nutrients in ours, and also potent antioxidants. So these are super anti-aging as well. So vitamin berry in particular has aronia berry in there. Again, very, very potent when it comes to antioxidants. So it's going to give you a lot of protection against those environmental stressors and those toxins and all of those other things and that bacteria that can also make you break out and make those pores a lot more clogged and things like that too. So toner is really important when it comes to not only that instant shrinkage, but also to help protect your skin from all of those things that the skin collects throughout the day, right? And also, like I said, it's got some rose water in there, which really gives you that great hydration. It also calms and soothes the skin as well. So if you are a little bit more reactive or sensitive, or you have rosacea like myself, I love it to kind of calm that down too. So absolutely love it, vitamin berry. And then I do have to give an honorable mention to our other toner though, because that's important. That's actually going to be super lettuce. So this one really is made for somebody who is, again, a little bit more on the oily acneic side, and you need something a little bit more mattifying to kind of control your shine throughout the day. This will help shrink those pores, but this one will help give you some oil control. So again, if you're oily and you kind of need a little bit of that balance throughout the day, again, remember you can spritz this as many times as you need to throughout the day. This will really help you with that. There's some gentle exfoliators in there too. There's a little bit of willow bark, some BHA. There's some alpha hydroxy acids with glycolic and lactic. So again, that helps to break through that oil barrier that you have sitting on the surface, and that can really help you with that. And again, of course, like I said, we chock it full of vitamins and antioxidants. So again, it'll still give you that amazing protection that you need throughout the day, okay? All right, guys, so that's all you have to do. I know that sounds like a lot. It's not, I promise. Just a double cleanse on a daily basis, exfoliation regularly 2 to 3 times a week, and then tone after every time you cleanse and after every time you exfoliate, and that is it. I swear you'll see a difference. It's something that really helps me because, again, my skin is always very imbalanced. I'm very dehydrated. I have a dry skin type, so I'm always flaky and a mess, right? And then I just can't ever get enough hydration, and exfoliation really helps with that, and definitely toning as well. So without further ado, let me go ahead and tell you guys about the spinning pass we have today. You actually can get a free toner. That could be vitamin berry or super lettuce, whichever one you really feel like your skin needs, with a $70 purchase today. And the code for that is flawless1. So I think that's perfectly fitting. You're definitely gonna be flawless. It's gonna look like glass skin again. And it's just amazing. I love that we're doing this today because I feel like toner is really important. And a lot of times it's skipped. We always forget to do our toner. But that's all, that's super easy to do. You just do a couple spritzes, like I said, after cleansing and exfoliation, and it really will change your life. So again, that's Flawless1. I'm just checking to see if it's up there. Flawless1 for a free toner with a $70 purchase, you guys. Again, of course, our spinning pass is good for the next week, and you can use it multiple times or share that and pass it on if you feel like somebody else could use one as well. And then, like I said, just get your cleansers to double cleanse your body oil or your second cleanse, and get your exfoliators. Get your one fine day, or you're finally awake, or your swim knit and putting a peel to really do that mask and alpha hydroxy acid step for you. All right, guys, let me check and see if we have any questions that you guys have put up. Okay, let me see. Refresh this here. Okay, so I've got, what oil is best for acne-prone skin? Okay, so I love that you mentioned that. When it comes to the pre-cleanse step, honestly, you can use any of them. They're all water-soluble. So what that means is as soon as you add water to it, it's gonna, like I said, it kind of creates that milky consistency, and then you'll rinse off like normal, or again, you can kind of take a towel and just sort of, you know, do a little wipe there, and it'll come off super clean. It won't stain your towel or anything like that either. So any of them are good, actually. Like I said, I'm just mentioning a juniper ale today because it's one of our newest scents, and it has some added hops in there, which is really good to soften the skin for all of that impurities and everything to come out of the pores. So love that one, but any of them are perfectly fine. Okay, and then if you're talking about, we do have a couple of facial serum oils that may be what you're mentioning as well in our high bio hemp collection. Pretty Amped would be really really good for you. If you feel like you need some probiotics to really help balance that bacteria out, and you like to give yourself a little extra hydration at nighttime, I love to add a little drop of that serum in with my moisturizer at nighttime, and it'll really help you with that kind of oil balance of the skin, and again, those acne breakouts and things too. Okay, so do you let the toner dry, or do you need to rub it in after you spray? Oh, I love that question. That's really good. So actually you just spritz that on and it will dry down really, really fast. There's no alcohol in it or anything like that, but it still dries down very fast. It's a very fine mist. I'll do a little spritz here. Hopefully you guys can see that. You probably can't. It's so fine, you can't really see it. But it's very fine mist. It will just like almost instantly dry on the skin. So you can just go straight in with any serum products after that, or any moisturizers and your sunscreen afterwards. So perfectly fine to just spritz and then go on in. What if you want smaller pores and have oily skin? Should you use both toners? Okay, so actually, I mean, Super Lettuce will still give you smaller pores. It'll give you that instant shrinkage because it's very mattifying and it's oil-free. But that's actually a really good question. You could purchase both if you want to. So you can get the one for free if you want and get the other one too. And then what I would recommend is I probably do vitamin berry throughout the day just to give you instant pore shrinkage, and then probably do your Super Lettuce at nighttime because it's got those added exfoliators in there. But it depends on the look that you prefer. So if you like to be less shiny and you want something that's, again, kind of controls that oil balance, then you'll want to switch that, do Super Lettuce in the morning and then vitamin berry at nighttime. And really the reason for that is that those alpha hydroxy acids in there, and that willow bark extract will help control your shine throughout the day. So layering them on top, really, I don't know that you would really see too much of a difference with that. I don't know if that actually, now that I'm saying it, that actually might be something to try. I personally haven't done it that way, but give that a try and let me know how it's going, because I'm really curious if that will work, if that will still help control your shine. And then actually, you know what? Here's what you'll do. Sorry, I'm I'm thinking this out. This is a really good question. So vitamin berry first underneath your moisturizer, and then spritz your Super Lettuce throughout the day. And so what that'll do, this will last until you wash it off the skin. So it'll still give you that instant tightening that you're looking for, and then control your shine throughout the day by using this. So, okay, that's what you'll want to do. Because I was just thinking, I was like, I don't know if they would mess each other up if you were to layer them on top of each other. So try that. Do your vitamin berry underneath your serum and your moisturizer, and then do your Super Lettuce throughout the day, okay? Can you repeat the dry skin products? Yes, of course. So again, double cleansing, super important. You'll want to do that juniper ale pre-cleanse. That will remove your makeup, get off that superficial oil, and then go in with your green tea milk wash, okay? This one will be a very, very good cleanser to do that double cleanse. It'll get the rest of that dead skin buildup and, that clogged impurities in the skin, help remove those out of there. And it's still very pH balancing, very comforting, very soothing, very hydrating to the skin. Then you'll exfoliate 3 times a week, but twice you're going to use your one fine day. And this is going to be that sugar and shea butter exfoliator to give you that mechanical scrub. And then you'll want to do putting a peel. So putting a peel is going to be that alpha hydroxy acid mask. That's going to be your treatment. And that'll really help with texture. It'll help smooth the skin and give you that brightness back that you're looking for. And again, help to really deep clean those pores. And then, of course, vitamin berry, good for all skin types, but it does have some great rose water in there to really give you some great hydration. So those are going to be your products for dry skin. Can you layer wind down and spotted leaving serums? Is wind down used to reduce pores? Okay, that's a really good question. So all of our serums, they're really made to target specific things in the skin, or kind of correct specific things in the skin. None of our serums technically are made to reduce pore size, though, I will say. But all of our serums are a very thin, lightweight formula, so they really are good for all skin types. So even if you do have large pores or you're more on the oily side, all of our serums are still perfectly safe. They're non-comedogenic. They won't clog you or anything like that. But we don't have a specific serum that's sort of made to shrink pores down or anything like that. But you'd be perfectly fine to, like I said, do your toner do your toner at nighttime, and then put on your treatment product right afterwards. That actually will allow it to absorb a lot easier into the skin as well. And it gives you a little bit of slip and glide, so you can get a little bit more use out of your serum. You don't have to use quite as much, so it's a good way to save on some product as well. But that'll really help for that to absorb a little bit easier if you're worried about it kind of like sitting on the surface and clogging those pores for you. But yeah, wind down and spotted leaving are perfectly fine to layer on top of each other. I would do, well, you know that spotted leaving has now changed to Eternal Light if you're buying it new, but if you already have it at home and you have spotted leaving, that's sort of why I just don't want you guys to get confused. We did change the name on that recently, so if you don't have it at home, Eternal Light will be how you look it up. The spotted leaving, if you already have it at home, that's totally fine. So you'll want to do spotted leaving first and then layer wind down on top of that. Really the reason for that is because spotted leaving is made to get that pigmentation. Pigmentation is a lot deeper into the skin, so you want to put that first and then wind down to give you that layer of antioxidant protection and really help reduce that oxidative stress on your cells and help with premature aging, fine lines, wrinkles, things like that. So you want that to be kind of over top of that spotted leaving. Can you give more info on the buffing powders? Okay, yes, absolutely. So we have 4 different ones. Again, they're all kind of a little bit more towards different skin types. So if you're looking for more pore refining, that is going to be our strawberry lavender, because that's just what we're talking about today. So that one is great. It really helps. It's really good for somebody who, again, is very sensitive, if they have very reactive skin and they need something like super, super fine. Those powders, like I said, are super fine. You add just a little bit of water to it, kind of, it almost tastes like a paste a little bit. You kind of work that into your hands. And again, same thing how you would use your One Fine Day or Finally Awake. Just work that into the skin, nice, slow circular motions for about 30 seconds to a minute. It'll start to dry down very fast. So again, add a little bit more water to your fingers and again, work that in for another 30 seconds to a minute. And that's how you can use it as an exfoliator. Now, it is also a mask. It's a 2-in-1. So if you want to put that in a bowl and equal parts water and powder, mix that up, again, creating that kind of paste texture, and then apply that with a mask brush and let that sit for 3 to 5 minutes. Everything else that's in there, like the kaolin clays that are in there or the avocado butter that are in there, are actually able to kind of, do a little bit more work on the skin, and that's more of a treatment product for you. So you've got a couple options that you could use with that. So those are really great. I even sometimes mix it in with my cleanser. So, I use green tea on a daily basis. Sometimes I'll just add a little bit of that in there if it just I just need to like work the nose a little bit more or something. If it needs a little bit of extra love that day, I'll kind of mix a little bit in with that. And I love to use that as kind of like an exfoliating cleanser too. So you've got lots of different options on that, but basically it's really good for anybody who needs a little bit of gentle exfoliation, or maybe like teens that are kind of just starting out doing some exfoliation to their skin. That's a really great option. And also, again, for those kind of drier, dehydrated, more sensitive, reactive skin types, even rosacea as well. But we do have a good one for clarifying if you're more on the oily, acneic side as well. That's our mango poppy seed. So check out the 4 different ones that we have on our website and maybe kind of see which one might be great for you. Are there any of your oils you should not use on your face? Okay, that's a really good question. Not necessarily. I will say our 2 that are in our High Bio Hemp collection, our Swell Being and our Rainbow Maker, those 2 you'll want to avoid on the face. Really the only reason why is because they're a lot thicker formula, and you really want that hemp and that CBD that's in there to actually stay on the skin. And since you're washing it off, you're almost kind of wasting a little bit of the effects. And also those are a little bit of a higher price point. So again, it's just more costly to use as a pre-cleanse. So in my opinion, I wouldn't choose those 2 as a pre-cleanse. However, it can be used. The Rainbow Maker, you can't though, just because it does have a warming effect and you don't want to get that in the eye area. So just that one, completely off limits. Swell Being, like I said, you can use, but it's not going to give you quite as much of the good effects that it would if you were to put it on as a oil serum or again all over the body. So that's just what I would do. But all of our other oils are great for you to use on your face. I have been loving chilling my face mask in the fridge, especially your guac one. Yay! I know that's such a good one to do that with. Are there any masks that should not be chilled? Really just going to be, I mean, putting a pill would be fine. Guac Star would be fine. I would say probably just the clay-based ones like Pajama Paste and Splendid Dirt. Really, the only reason why is because that kind of coldness will make that clay a little bit hard, and then potentially it might not do as good as it could if it's kind of room temp. So probably just Pajama Paste and Splendid Dirt, and then probably sanded ground as well. That one again is very mud and clay based. So again, just so that clay doesn't harden up on you. I just worry that once you've already opened it and it's got oxygen in it, and then you add that coldness to it, that clay is going to start to kind of harden. So just those three I would say, but the rest should be good in chilling that and really refreshing the skin. I love like Sunday Best like that too. Even like Perfection and those types of things as well. Nice and cooling, feels really, really soothing to the skin. But Guac Star is our favorite to do in the fridge because that natural avocado keeps it cold anyway, but it's just super refreshing, especially with the summer, around the corner, not quite around the corner, but coming up soon. If you get a little bit sunburnt or if you've been out in the sun a little bit too long, it feels so good to kind of pull that heat out of the skin as well and really hydrate. So I love that you're doing that. But yes, yeah, just really those three, I would say. Okay, guys, I'll refresh again just to see if you guys have any more questions for me. But if you were wondering how to kind of like finish off the daily routine, those are kind of the main steps to really help correct pores, like I mentioned. But you can always do, like I said, after you do your toner, just do your normal serum, do your normal moisturizer and your SPF afterwards if it's during the day, or at nighttime, just go ahead and do your serum and your moisturizer. If you want something that is more mattifying and kind of a little bit more oil-free and controlling of, the pore size and everything like that, then kale water would be a really good option for you, or watercress hydration cascade. Those two are really, really nice if you're a little bit more on the oily side. And then 3 Milk or 3 Milk Collection is going to be a little bit creamier, a little bit thicker. So if you're really worried about those pores, I would probably just do the 3 Milk Day, but the nighttime one may be a little bit thick if you're worried about that kind of making those look a little bit larger. So maybe stick to watercress hydration cascade at nighttime with that. Okay, guys, that may be about it that you have for me, but let's pop up that code one more time just to give that to you guys, because again, you can get a free vitamin berry or a free super lettuce with a $70 purchase with the code flawless1. Okay, so make sure to use that. I want you guys to get that free product. And like I said, these are all just a super easy routine, super easy to accomplish. I don't feel like that takes too much of your time to do these simple, quick steps. Okay, and then I want to go ahead and just let you guys know, I'm going to refresh one more time just to see if there's any more questions. Sometimes I always pop in a little bit later. So I always love to end my videos by saying thank you to you guys for your purchases because you guys know that we're able to save abused and neglected farm animals here on the farm. And it's just really, really special. We had such a good year last year. We have a new video up as well if you haven't checked it out of some horses that we've been able to rescue as well. So it's a tearjerker, I won't lie. But again, I always just want to say thank you to you guys because all of that is possible because you guys purchase what you do. So we appreciate it. Thank you so, so much. And again, my name is Brittany. I appreciate you joining me here today. And any questions that you have, feel free to check out our website. We do have Trisha. She's doing virtual consultations. And you can also email at skinexperts@farmhousefreshgoods.com if you have any more questions. Now, feel free to join me if you are, again, later tonight if you missed any of this video at 6 p.m. on our Instagram. Or again, if you know somebody that may be interested in the video, 6 p.m. tonight, again, like I mentioned, on Instagram, I will be live again, okay? So thank you guys so much. I appreciate you joining me today, and I'll see you next time on the farm.
Everyone needs to feel rescued sometimes. I know that was why I found sanctuary in creating Farmhouse Fresh. We have always loved growing fresh botanicals, crafting skincare for spas, and now for you. We like to think our product names, scents, and textures have a little bit of magic in them. Now, we get to provide rescue for two. Our customers get a beautiful, fresh botanical glow, while furry ones get a new home right here on our farm. We hope Farmhouse Fresh can help take care of you while you take care